Sorry, Team YouTube. You should be allowed back in now. And moreover, it should stop complaining. Okay. Looking better. Looking better. Hopefully that won't have completely crashed everything. Right, okay. Right. Let's assume that that's just a thing. Right. Let's check patron orders, because I had like basically none of them yesterday. Wow! Where's all the good orders gone? Come on, game. Don't do this to me. I'm clearly missing a bunch of materials as well. Well, we're not doing that one. We're not doing that one. We're not doing really much of any of these. I need to do a few of these just for the weekly. We'll do those. Thunderous hides. Why do I need so many of these? Let's buy some spares. Right, that's getting the weeklies done. We do have slightly more space on our screen though now, for like putting windows places and having a little bit more room to play with. What I do need to double check is the VOD later to see if you guys can still even read everything. There's the worry that all of the text might be too small. But we can fit stuff in a little bit neater and a little bit more tidily now. Not by much though. Right, there's 3 orders done. What about jewel crafting? Hello? Go on then. Sure. I'll take a casual 5k public order. Don't mind if I do. Snooze you lose. Gotta get that streamer lock in somewhere. Right. One of you. Do all of these. They're cheap enough to get them done. What are we saying up here? Oh, have I not done leatherworking books or anything this week? Okay, I must have hard slacked on the profession stuff yesterday. I probably strolled in, saw that there was no work orders to be done, and peaced out, didn't I? Right, we've got a few delves we need to do as well today. I think we did 4 yesterday, meaning technically I could just bang out today's 4, just smash them out on 8s, because I literally don't think there's anything that I can really get from them now. We're even... Oh, okay, there's like 3 more Runed Undermine crests I can obtain. So there's absolutely no reason at all to be doing 11s particularly. Unless, I don't know, does Bran get more experience on an 11, or does it not make a difference? He might do, I'm not even sure. But yeah, for the first season in many seasons, I'm basically capped on some of the crests. Obviously not gilded ones, because I'm not crazy. Let's go get our weekly scribbly books. The main plan for today, though, as it states in the title, is to get some Chett lists done on a few of my alts. If we can get that done nice and quick early on in the week, then any playtime on those characters for the rest of the week can be chipping away at, like, getting the bonus card things. What am I in here for? Books. Which one's the one? Jewel crafting, leatherworking.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
Is there a catch-up on crests? I've been slacking. Not really. It's just a seasonal cap. Yeah, not really.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Right, all of that's out of the way.
My directive has been fulfilled.
I've even got a bunch of these, like, packs of crests, which I can't actually use. Which is weird. Because you either can obtain the full 15 or not at all. So those will have to stay in my bags until next week till I can use them again. Take me to a delve. Where's my delve button? It's a seasonal limit. So, I mean, if you're behind, you just get the luxury of doing more content until you hit the cap again. Let me go grab my coffee quickly. Yeah, you can see if you open up your currency tab, you've got season 2. If you hover over them, you'll see the seasonal maximum. Right, where's it taking us? Down here. Which one's this one? Nightfall Sanctum. Okay. I think the limit will disappear in the coming patch. Is the limit then only for like the first part of the season then? Maybe, I don't know.
Interesting. If you ever need anything.
I would imagine there's only X amount that you actually need until you are fully geared anyway, right? I don't know what's going on. The colour seems to be all off. It's very bright and vibrant, but it seems overly dark. I know we're in a cave, mind, but something feels weird. We've got some funky game visuals on somehow. Are you converting the weathered to carved and carved to runed? Yeah, I am now. Yeah, I've got some of them just like lying around in my bags. which I can't use because I'm at the cap already. But it means next week I could just spam these. Yoink. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're kind of slacking on the higher tier crests, once all of your pieces of gear are above a threshold, you can then convert the lower crests into higher crests. I think it's a 3-to-1 conversion. So 45 lower crests will get you 15 of the higher ones. Which actually has helped me a bunch. So if you're not super sweaty and min-maxy on your gear, but just like casually level it up, it's worthwhile to level all of your armor pieces up somewhat equally if you can. At least to hit those thresholds is what I've found. But don't take my word for it, I'm no pro on this sort of stuff. I just kind of wing it. No friends. What have we said about friends? Whoa, who killed my pet? Son of a... Wait, hang on. What's going on with my pet? Can you stop killing my pet, please? If there'd be no limits, people would be walking around in a 675 item level on the second week. Oh, without question. There'd be people that would just... Well, and when you think about it, one of the only real distinct reasons why there are these limits is because of Mythic Plus, because Mythic Plus is spammable. Mythic Plus allows you to repeat the same content as many times as you like. Whereas the old school way with the raid is like, you know, if you got gear to drop, great. If you didn't, well, you didn't get any more gear. In a way, it was harsher, but it was more... It was weirdly, do I dare use the word realistic? It was more realistic when you kill boss and boss drops loot. Nowadays, people care so little about the loot that the boss drops, particularly. Because, you know, with all of these catch-up systems and bad luck protection systems and everything. It's why I think the whole system's massively over-convoluted. Seems way too complicated for what it necessarily needs to be. Kill boss, boss drops loot. Fundamentally wasn't really much wrong with that. If you kill boss and boss doesn't drop loot, well, welcome to the world of RPG, you know? Try again next week. But then you always get those people crying that, oh, this guy's got his 4-piece and I haven't even got a 1-piece set. Oh, Jesus. Step outside. If people really wanted fairness, they probably wouldn't be playing a competitive video game. They only want fairness if it's in their favour. But people be stupid. Haha, welcome to pre-coffee Manthias. Kill the rares in the Undermine, get weathered crests, convert them to gilded, profit. Cash monies.
Look around. There's treasure here.
Have you ever taken a shit in public? That is a interesting question. If you are referring to have I ever used public bathrooms? Yes, of course. Have I ever been walking through the supermarket, pulled down my trousers and taken a shit? The answer is no. But welcome in, good morning.
Fantastic.
The first hour or two is when most people turn up in the stream, and then the viewership numbers sort of like plateau. So when these conversations pop off in the morning, I do kind of wonder who's turning up at that very moment going, what is happening? What have I stepped into? Why can't I tag this dude? Oh, I can. Oh, wait, hang on. No, 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 no. You don't do shadow barrier business. Interrupt you, please.
Hey, be careful.
Just curious. I mean, curiosity killed the cat, but at least he didn't die ignorant.
Fantastic.
Last stockpile appears to be up here. I'm actually doing a study in university about it. Okay, interesting. May want to open with that to add some context to the question. Maybe. Hi, I'm doing a study. Please could you inform me if you have ever taken a shit in public? Oh, no, no, no. I've got to kill the boss before I go get the goodies. There's me getting ahead of myself. Oh, have I pulled somehow? Thought I dodged you. Thought we did top dodging, apparently not. Context can change the answer, so it's not always useful, I suppose. Catch somebody off guard, they might be more truthful. I don't know. Maybe there's logic to that. Wait, how do I... Wait, what? Oh, I could go all the way back to the beginning. Nah, come on. Can I use the cannon? I think I was meant to use the cannon, wasn't I? That way. Oh, wait, hang on, is this the boss? He had, like, no health. Oh, okay, that's why. That would be why. He's not done yet. One may say that as babies, most likely we all took a shit in public. Well, that's true. Yeah, there was no real distinction about at what point in my life. I was going through something. It just happened.
You won't hit us with that one. Nice fight.
Study about all the places Manthus has gone number 2. Hey, the academic value on that is through the roof. Either that or your degree is going to go, as they would say, down the pan. I actually need to open this box. Is there any reason to open the box? Is there any reason not to open the box? I don't know. At this point, I don't care. It's just going to be a piece of gear to get vended. It's 50 gold, eh? Oh, rep with the cartels of Undermine increased. Oh, okay. Well, maybe there was reason to open at least 5 boxes then. Maybe the last one's not so much. Alright, well that was delve number 5 then. Where's the next 3? Oh god, that's hot. Sheesh. Mycomancer Cavern. Next study could be if the same question works well as a pickup line. I mean, I'd be very concerned if it does. And I'd also question whether there's a correlation between the person's answer and how well it works as a pickup line. I would probably lean on the opinion that if they answer yes to the question, then it probably has a greater success at being a pickup line as well. There's your master's thesis. Job done.
The sacred flame is powerful. Even those outside our faith can wield it through the use of holy oil.
Bog Piper. Oh, this is the one that's backwards again. I didn't check actually. Was Bran getting experience from doing this? Because realistically, this is pretty much the only reason I'm doing this now. In fact, do I even need a 649 piece of gear from anything anymore? I'm not sure I do. I'm not sure I even need my vault anymore. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not even sure if I need my vault. What could I be missing? Oh, well, I guess I can get... I think I've got one more piece of set, which would be nice to get on the hero track, maybe. Easy business. Pick up the Dark Moon Fair buff, use those market researches. Yes, that is actually wise words.
Well met.
Get that 10% bonus. Get that market research spent. I need 2 more. Now what are we doing? Justice dispensed upon Alex enemies, particularly bald guys slain. Oh, particularly bad guys slain. Oh dear. Well, that's a slip of the tongue. Slip of the hairline. Oh, big chunk of experience. Nice. Oh, he is still gaining experience. Nice. One down, 3 to go. Oh, I appear to have pulled everything else anyway.
Here's your take of the spoils.
Good that you're doing the delves while I'm doing the Patreon orders. Saves me the time checking which delves are easy today. Well, I was probably planning on doing all 4 today anyway, so I was ultimately going to have to carve through the annoying ones. I wanted to get my delves, at least on this toon, for the week done, so then, you know, it's done. My need for stuff from them is getting smaller and smaller every week, so it's more important to me to just get out of the way. Yeah, I think I'm looking at maybe a neck from the vault, a neck, back piece, set legs, or legs in general, because I can always convert them into set. So that's 3. Probably another hero ring to replace this eventually. 4. So there is four different item slots I can still get something out of the vault for, so maybe in that regard it is still worth doing if we can get it done nice and quick. And the advantage being is we only have to do 8 because there's not really much else for us in here. So they're quite quick and easy. Optimize the fun out of the game, that's how we do it. Bran just... Whoa! Don't read chat whilst running up a cliff. Bran just hit 80 after leaving him in the 40s for season 1. That's good effort. Mine is still mid 60s, I think. You must have done a fair few delves then this season. It's good effort, man. Oh, this is only the second bad guy. I wonder if I've missed one somewhere. I'm hoping not. Sensi, how we doing? Welcome in. Good morning, good morning.
Nice find.
Hope the world is treating you well. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I landed on a mushroom. Oh no, wait, what's going on here? Alright, do pet things on those.
Azeroth cries out in pain.
Me pigeons are stuck. Oh no, they're better now.
Let's have a quick sit down to recover.
Yeah, I think there's still 2 around here. I think we're fine. There's one here, look. When I play Hunter, or do pet things, do it. When you've played Hunter long enough, you realise that whilst the AI is, well, it's not AI, is it? But you know what I mean. Yeah, whilst the AI on the pets is better than it was once upon a time, it's still pretty. Pets get stuck and end up doing stupid things. So you got to tell them sometimes. You got to put them in their place. Remind him who's boss. How do we get that then? Is my short ass too short to get that then? Apparently so. Get it up on the rock. Oh, flipping hell. Where are we going from here? This way. RNG was on my side yesterday. Out of 7 delves on 3 ults, had an underpin spawn. I'm sat on 5 wave scramblers. Damn. Maybe they've made them easier to get. Maybe they increased the drop of them. Maybe it's part of their consistent bad luck protection systems. Or you might have just got lucky. Equally possible.
Old Bran's got your back.
Drag everybody over this way. Don't get caught in the crossfire, hopefully. Here we go. Normally got the wave scramblers out of the loot things around the dells when I was getting brand experience. Oh, the mislaid curiosity things. What are we doing? Discuss the end with Alex's final form. Is that you? Elecus Pincius.
Found a bit of gold.
It is a Latin elephant.
Time for some dynamite. Stand back.
Oh yeah, because we killed the boss at the beginning, don't we? Oh, so there's no boss to kill. Okay. I remember now. Oh, shield. I was literally saying yesterday my paladin could do with a shield. And there we go. There one is. I don't know why I keep picking these up. Okay, 2. Yeah, that'll go well on my paladin. That means we can roll prot if we want to. I was struggling to do 11s on my paladin yesterday, so that's a possibility. That is assuming I want to keep gearing my paladin. Now where are we off to? Side street sluice. We can do that when we hit the undermine. So we've got the skittering breach to do.
The coreway must be protected.
Yeah, we need these last 2 delves to get our vault done for the week, and then we're golden. Then we're good. How are we doing though, Mr. Norton? Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying your lunch. I've barely just had breakfast, if I'm honest. Yeah, it was only 2 small pieces of toast. We were out of eggs this morning. So let's take a look at this for a minute then. So I reckon, rep-wise, I've got 7 threads overflowing trove. I reckon, how many alts have I got? 8. Let's say 10 alts. That's about 5,000 rep with Adventure Co. if I do the checklists on them all. I need more level 80s. I thought I did a reasonably good job in Season 1 though, leveling up a bunch of level 80s. In Season 2 though, I've not got a single drop of experience on any low level alt. But maybe waiting till 11.1, 0.5 to level up some alts is not a bad idea. For the little bit of a boost. That said, from what I can see of 11.15 so far, I'm probably not going to play it all that much. It'll be the period in time where I contemplate what do we stock up on for 11.2. I think I will probably end up taking most of 11.1.5 as a nice little 8-week break to do some other stuff, if I'm honest. We'll do some heroic visions and stuff, obviously. We'll have a tinker around, but all reports seem to be that for the most part they're kind of trying to tune these to mostly be cosmetic, which is going to feel a bit weird for those of us that played BFA properly and remember just Twilight Devastation go burr. And when it isn't going to go burr, it might, yeah. I mean, I don't want to use the word underwhelming, but at least the game mode is more interesting than Delves. That's the thing. Then that might actually be the tipping point when people are like, right, done with Delves now. Much like in Season 1 when they were, you know, there was that real solid cut-off point in Season 1 where people were like, right, done with Delves. See you later. And they basically didn't touch them. And from a Goblin perspective, that was the point when all of the Delve mats started slowly rising in value because they were slowly running out. Treasure crab. Treasure crab, a brute. and well-connected friends. Should we just pull half the map in one go? Let's do it. What could possibly go wrong? Can we now start burning our artisans' bags? That we think that there's nothing new coming in the next patch season again. I mean, I have no idea about 11.2. I wouldn't even be that confident speculating on 11.2 yet. You would kind of hope that they do something in 11.2 just on the basis of the fact that they did nothing in 11.1. But as it turns out, the nothing they did in 11.1 was actually put an awful lot of like focus on playing the new zone and goal making from there. It kind of feels like they took a similar concept from what they did with Nax. You know, the Lamented Crusader pieces. I can't remember the exact numbers on those, but I remember them being like 1% drops. You had to farm up the Scourge stones or something to do it. And so those, you know, there was a somewhat calculated time investment per corrupted piece that you then would try and sell. It was multi-box friendly. It was all of, you know, it's Miscellaneous Mechanica is kind of the same thing. So it kind of felt like instead of them just doing the traditional thing, which is here you go professions, have a bunch of new recipes, go at it. They sort of they made goblins work for their pennies, work for their coin. So who knows what they'll do in 11.2. Have you got Hikili to show the next move being bigger? No idea. Absolutely no idea. I've not touched this. Maybe I did once upon a time, but it'll be in the options somewhere if I did it. I couldn't possibly tell you though. Because I don't ever remember doing it. Is it not like... Oh, I mean, I'm guessing it's then not like that by default. There's relics in here somewhere. Uh, 7 out of 12.
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close.
But yeah, I kind of said from the beginning of this patch that I quite liked the gameplay loop. It was very goblin friendly when you got into it. Like, pretty much anything you're doing, and this is what I don't think a lot of people realise, that pretty much anything you're doing in the new zone has some goal-making potential attached to it. Now, while it's not necessarily instantly mega millions, not everything is or should be instantly mega millions. But, you know, pretty much any activity you were doing, there was some goal-making opportunity attached to it. It was just nice. If you're flying around picking up dumpsters, you obviously had the transmog that drops from the dumpsters. The gold-plated stuff. obviously at the same time there was the occasional miscellaneous mechanica to keep you interested in doing it. If you were doing scrap piles, the regular cola cans can be converted into a pet. The vintage cola cans can be converted into 2 different pets. If you were flying around killing rares, you had miscellaneous mechanica to acquire. Pretty much anything you were doing, they tied it all up in a nice little bow. Guess we can kind of just let them 2 beat themselves to death. We're gonna kind of need something over here. What do we need? We need 2 more. Alright, well, let's just clean out this cave then. Pet things. Hello. Stuck on a wall or something again. Oh, I'm still in combat with these guys somehow. Flipping hell, there's loads of these curios in here. Oh, what am I in combat with? Don't tease me with 4 curios and then lock me in combat with something. Ah, this flipping blob. Are we good now? There we go.
That's more like it.
In the side street sleuths today, you have to kill enough of the enemies to spawn the boss. I'm at 91% and I can't find anything else to attack, so my run is bricked. Very annoying. Oh no, that's a pain. That's a pain. Here's to hoping. Here's to hoping there's a way around that. Best of luck.
Nice find. Here's your take of the spoils.
I suppose you kind of meant to kill the, this isn't going to go well, is it? Oh, he did get me.
That's more like it.
Dead.
I'll give you a hand with this one.
Is this not meant to be the treasure room? I'm kind of sure that the new Undermine mob packs that replace the regular ones don't give the same percentage. Oh, I see. Surely if you kill it, surely if you kill absolutely everything though, you should be good. Yo! Oh God! What is that hell? I have a mushroom on my head. Oh boy, oh boy. Some of the cosmetics from these delves are ridiculous. Is the coffee prices going crazy in Finland as well? Yeah, it's the best part of €10 for a bag of coffee these days. Oh, well, I got a wave scrambler from somewhere as well that I didn't even notice. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. You guys know me, I'm not particularly one for my Mog overly, but funny things like that do amuse me. Right, we've got one more. Oh, that's the one in the side street sluice, isn't it? Yeah, we've just been talking about it. Right, down to the undermine then. Husband and I slowly going through the cheap coffee alternatives to hopefully find the one that doesn't taste like ass. Over the years, I've come to realize that consistency is the best method with coffee. Like, Finland has this issue that everything is filter coffee. There's very much appeal, very little appeal for like actually crushing your own beans and like doing it properly. Everybody just wants to put 2 scoops in, a certain amount of water, Mocha Master do Mocha Master things. Which is great, but it very rarely gets the best out of the coffee doing it that way, I've found. Which is kind of why half of them you can take 1 bag of coffee and you might have to, you know, tinker with it quite a fair few times to get it right. A bit of Magno on the go, don't mind if I do. Yoink, let's help the cause. Late to the stream, what monitor did you get? I got the Asus ROG 32-inch 240Hz OLED. It's beautiful. It's flipping huge though, when it's touching distance from my eyeballs. I still remember when 32-inch TVs were big living room TVs. Model numbers, links. I don't know the flipping model number. How am I meant to know model numbers? Christ. This whacking great big thing. Oh, that's got my address on it. Let's not put that on stream then. Okie dokie. I thought that would be a good idea for a second and it wasn't. PG32 UCDP, whatever the hell that means. UCDP. Just Google that. Google that. I've just realised though. That one. It's pretty beautiful. Oh, now the flipping address that. Hang on. Aha, there's my receipt. That's what I wanted anyway. Oh, this does not contain the receipt. Ah, no, Magno. Less dots. Yeah, I mean, it's entirely overkill. I'm very aware it's completely overkill. Hey, Mechanica! That's not overkill. But my theory with this was that, yeah, sure, today I don't play World of Warcraft at 240 hertz, but I do play it in 4K. So it should last a fair few years, hopefully. I mean, I can't ever see any reason why I would ever need to replace this monitor, to be perfectly honest. So it was one of those kind of like, well, if you're going to do it properly jobs. She is beautiful though. Even though I can't quite get the settings how I want it yet. I've not quite tinkered enough to get things quite how I like. I don't want AI shadow boost off. Oh no. Oh no, I pressed a button that I shouldn't have pressed. I didn't mean to. Oh, I didn't mean to. I've broken everything. Ah, no. That wasn't the button I was meant to press. I have no idea what you guys are seeing right now. If anything at all. Oh, you're just seeing the desktop background all of a sudden again. Okay. How do I undo that? Oh no. Oh gold. Oh gold, I've broken everything now. I've goofed everything. What are you doing over there now? How do I get you back from not being over there? Okay, there we go. That's a better. 3 kilograms only for the stand. I never even got the stand out of the box. Genuinely never even got the stand out of the box. Straight on I've got a 3-arm bracket for my screens. Boom, straight on. The actual monitor weighs nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, we need to do a bit of side street business, don't we? Last and final delve for the day. And then we can start doing some more usual bits and pieces. Yep, go. What's this going to do to Bran then? Are we going to get Bran?
Inquiring minds just got to know.
What is he right now? 66. Oh, we're getting there. I'll tell you what. I'm so childish. I'm tempted to get to Bran. I'm tempted to get Bran to level 69 and then leave him there. Then never do another delve. Right, dark fuse operations disrupted, remote teleporter recovered. Right, so let's see if we have the same issue with percentage on this, shall we? Do I not? Oh, I don't have robot friend on this. I just got to YOLO it. Or doesn't it? Don't distract you again, but we can't see the viewer counts. Oh, the yeah, I added a bit of transparency to them, but they're now sitting right over the TV, so you actually can't really see them, can you? Yeah, it's a kind of good point. That's a good point. No, they're just going to have to be what they are, because I'd have to change their colour and everything. I'll fix it. Thanks for letting me know, though. I'd have never spotted that. My OBS preview window is really small. Theatre in 10. Good shout out, good shout out. I think I'm done with the theatre personally, but good shout out all the same. If percentage is risky business, I'm going to try and just make sure I kill everything in this.
Oh, Bran's got your back.
Okay. Stolen goods. Do these count? Oh, okay. So the chests count towards the percentage as well. Brand to 69, item level to 666. Call it a day. Something stuck in my throat today. Mornings do not do me well. I think I'm going to struggle to get to 666 if I'm honest. I'm running out of room to grow. I'm running out of room to move. These are gilded. Can't go any further. Gilded. Can't go any further. Gilded. Crafted. Gilded. Gilded. Can't go any further. Crafted. Stupid. Gilded. Okay, it's only my trinkets where my ruined crests can do anything for me now. And yeah, my supply of gildeds is going to be 2 little tiddly upgrades for doing 3 delves every week. I didn't loot any of the chests. That could have saved my run. Thanks for the tip, though. Yeah, I noticed that you get a small amount of percentage for the chests. But yeah, my supply of gildeds is what will prevent my item level going pretty much anywhere from here, to be honest. Be easier to downgrade to 420, you're probably right. Oh, hang on. I can't pick those up in combat, can I? Whoops.
Found a bit of gold. Nice find.
Right, that's the remote teleporter.
Look around. There's treasure here.
$78, $83. Yeah, each of those chests are like 5%. That would have probably got you your last 9. The if in doubt pew pew does usually work. But yeah, it's not very obvious. You need to pick up the chests.
Nice find.
Nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go, see. Not even got quite to the boss yet. And percentage bar is full. Let's just mosey to the big dude now. Not looting chests, explain yourself. Are you not letting your inner goblin out today? See a chest, loot a chest. Goblin 101. Wait, hang on, is there another one here, or is that still the... I think I picked that one up, didn't I? Alright, there's the Nemesis box at max. I saw a treasure crab on my map somewhere. Where's the treasure crab? Oh, I ran straight past. How did I not see that thing lurking in the corner? It's not exactly discreet, is it? It was probably in my peripheral vision now, which is like 2/3 of the screen, because I'm sat way too close to this thing.
Oh, Bran's got your back.
I must admit, the portion of the screen that I actually focus on now is like this. If anything that's happening over here or over here, my eyes can't see it. I'm not quite like those, I'm not like Not quite like the CSGO guys that are like their nose is on the screen, but I kind of feel that way a little bit.
They'll never be using that move.
Flipping hell, he got nuked. There we go. Great Vault 649. That means we're, for all intensive purposes, done with gearing for the week. There's no further opportunities for me unless I've got a few. Oh, I do have exactly 15. I can get exactly one upgrade. I'd kind of stated that I'm saving these until next week, just because OCD will do OCD things, and leaving these at 658 will make my brain hurt. Even though people were telling me that the braces don't really scale particularly well, or at least the what do you call it? It's the the embellishment on it, because you know it doubles something else. It doesn't have any effect itself, but more item levels, more numbers, more stats. So we're going to use the gilded next week. Next week's tier 11s will get that crafted piece of gear to 675, and then any future gildeds are going to go into getting my set pieces to 6 of 6. Firstly, I think that's the plan. But we are within touching distance of really not caring about gearing for the rest of the patch now. Other than, you know, maybe 3 11s a week on blast one day. Okay. Yeah, we want to be in the Undermine, so let's just take the portal out.
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close.
If I had a Giganto monitor, I'd have all of the things on the same one. Game in the middle, streaming software in one corner, Twitch dashboard in another, browser on the third and fourth. Well, one thing one of the main reasons I wanted a 4K screen is it gives me the ability to have four full scale 1080p instances of WoW up on the screen, and now they're big enough that they're like iPad sized windows, which does kind of technically mean that we can do a little bit more. Now I know when it's shrunk down to 1080p for the purpose of the stream right now, it's going to look a bit stupid still. But at least I will be able to see and use it enough to do it. That was kind of one of the reasons I wanted a single 4K monitor at the least. I'm not going to lie, there's a very strong chance that I'm going to upgrade one of my side monitors to 4K as well, to do exactly what you mentioned. Put all of the shit on one monitor. Just put all of the stuff where I have OBS, I have your guys' chat, I have my Twitch dashboard and whatever. Put everything all on one monitor. And then I might even just I might technically consider downgrading to just 2 monitors, you know. And have my third monitor as the monitor for my other PC. Yeah, nerdy as all hell. I can't help it. I love geeking out on this sort of stuff. I'm a nerd at heart. I really am. A nerd's geekiness is never done. I'm aware of that. Hang on, where's my weak aura for the rares? There we go. downgrade, it will be additive. I know that I won't be downgrading the quantity of screens. I'll just be downgrading the amount of them that are connected to one PC. I technically have a fourth monitor sat on my table over here, which is connected to my other PC. Now, this bad boy new monitor, I realised the other day, I didn't even know this, it's got a KVM switch built into it. So technically, I can plug my one keyboard and mouse weirdly straight into my computer screen now, and the computer screen runs off to my two PCs. Apparently, I have no idea how I switch between the two. I need to read up on that one, but there's some geeking out to be doing there. Maybe I can get rid of that second keyboard and mouse on my desk. Happy. I'd be all over that. Galagio. Give me a tap on this thing as well while we're here. Oh, okay, not while you're doing your boom booms. You have to use the horrible joystick button on the screen. That's not as appealing. I would be willing to use a button on my Stream Deck. Dunk! If that could switch between the two. I don't know how I could get my Stream Deck to control the KVM switch in the monitor though. There's software out there that you can do simulated KVM switches, software-based ones. I just don't know how reliable they are. You might have noticed I'm sort of trying to avoid using two PCs like on the daily. I'm trying to keep my second PC as just like a Plex server, like secondary server sort of thing. Because audio starts to get a bit wackadoodle when you're trying to connect two PCs together. Right, I need some rares. Give me some rares, game. Need to get some more Mechanicas. We've only had one today. Control-Alt-Q for KVM. Is that actually a thing? I'm not going to press it now in case that's a cheeky Alt F4, but like, if I can make it, if it can be keybound, it can be Stream Decked. So could use the Stream Deck with something like Chett KVM. That would be cool. But using TeamViewer, Real VNC, etc. is kind of clunky. I'm sure there's ways to do it. Remind me, please, the first chat list of the week, does it need to be turned into Chett, or can I turn it straight into the cartel? You can turn it straight into the cartels. The only requirement is your first two ever need to be turned into Chett to get the achievement. But once you've got that little achievement, chetting it twice, you can turn any of them in on any characters to the quartermasters. Well, that was a lie, wasn't it? Right, let's do a couple of laps, see if we can find some rares. Sal, we take a Sal. Oh my god. Oh no, I tab targeted the flipping ad, not the rare. Stupid game. Okay, well, we'll come back to you later then. I really like my minimap position down here. But what I really don't like is when I get in my car that it's half covered. Which is really annoying. Can I move this bar up a tiny smidge? Is this a UI adjustable, movable, something or other? Edit mode? No, apparently not. So what is that? Now we edit mode. This. Encounter bar. That must be what it is. So move you up to about here. Something like that. Something like that. Something. That will at least, maybe, possibly. Okay, well that's better. It's still annoying that it clips here, but it'll have to do. I've lived with it for long enough. It'll have to do. Ah, flipping goldfish, go away. There's no denying, though, that if you get the ability to, WoW in 4K looks pretty cool. It's, this is where you realise that the flipping World of Warcraft engine is not very well optimised, but it can look very pretty when you turn everything on. It's having everything turned on and looking pretty and more than a slideshow, though. NA or EU? 99% EU. I do have an NA account, but I don't play it very often. 99% EU. Not many rares knocking about today. Usually I find 4 or 5 quite quickly, but might be a busy server today. Might need a little hoppy action. Now I'm only killing all of the rares every day out of force of habit, really, more than anything else at this point, but it's not essential to my daily life. We have already got 1 Mechanica today off a rare, so I can't imagine our luck's going to stretch much further. Right, let's park ourselves there, which is in the middle of like 5 rares, and do some hoppy. Where's this black? Oh, whoa, hang on. Swigs is like super important. Before we go hopping anywhere. Thwack. The Wackosaurus. The Wackosaurus. And Nitro. Oh my god, choices. Can we nuke you down fast enough to get Nitro as well? Oh no, Nitro's dark magic, which usually means it's dead. The add-on has spotted the corpse. But let's see. Yeah, he's not even there. It was a lie. Oh, Nitro's up on my home realm. Or he was. Oh, he's dead again. Yeah, there he is. Corpse. Snooze you lose. Right, can I see 3 on the mini-map there? Yes. Let's go again. Norgannon? Who knows where the hell that is? Let me in. Yo! You'll do. Everybody's up on this realm. Dumpster in the corner, we take those. I think I saw Sal up on this realm as well. Was it Sal? Let's go and have a look. Yes. Don't mind if I do. Can you tame Nitro? Can you? I know you can tame Grimewick. I never even thought about taming Nitro. Does he keep his armor if you do? That'd be a cool pet. I've just dumped 500,000 gold on these 2 stupid pigeons though, so I'm not in any rush to swap them out. This realm has been relatively quiet though, so I'm tempted to go check the other rares while I'm here. He's on Grimy up. Oh, he was. Does that mean then that we can get a cheeky pigeon kill? Yes! Told you this was a dead realm. I was half lurking in K-Chak's stream a little bit last night while I was tinkering with some, while I was desperately trying to figure out how I can actually stream in 4K as well. And he was noticing that on a lot of his servers, like the rares are just up all the time now. Sort of slightly hinting that we could be already getting to the point where the amount of people playing around in the zone every day is diminishing, shrinking. That's a dumpster. I can't leave a dumpster just lying about. And I think once 11.15 drops on the 22nd, so like 2 weeks, 10 days away, I think the zone is at risk of being a graveyard. which is why between now and that point happening, I either need to get a little bit more gear on my ults so that I can comfortably kill the rares with them, or I need to go a little bit gung-ho into getting a bit of a multi-box setup for this. Whether I go 3 accounts or 5. 3 accounts means I just load them in the back of the car and then I drive round. 3, like, I would basically do exactly what I do now if I went a 3 account setup. If I went a 5 account setup, I'd have to basically copy the K-Chak approach, which is just kill the 4 in the middle and do nothing else. Wow. Really? But it's also questionable just how much of this I want to continuously keep doing. Now, the long-term approach of this is having some sort of infrastructure set up so that I can just jump back into this is probably very worthwhile, because the focus is on this little farm right now. But when the focus is no longer so much on it, like I said, when everybody leaves the zone to go do other things and the zone is just like a graveyard for the most part, that's the time to be able to take advantage of something. I also have some comfort in the fact that K-Chak is doing his thing over on the NA realms. So there's I wouldn't be stepping on his toes or vice versa. Just straight up doing the same thing on EU. Multi-boxing is the way you can scout with them, cover a way bigger area. Yeah. It's just whether I would actually do it enough to justify running the 5 accounts. I probably could. I don't know. Like I said, I need to. I'm cautious of just exactly what I'm going to be doing in the next sort of 6 months. I'm sort of planning the next 6 months worth of content, really. Because what are we now? April. So in the next 6 months, I expect us to see a Legion remix. I expect us to see the start of something leading towards player housing, whether that be PTR testing for it or more information about it or preparation for it. We will also get an 11.2 during that period of time. But outside of World of Warcraft, I'm also very aware that in the next 6 months, we might very well have a GTA 6 launching, which is absolutely instantly going to take 2 months of my life, almost regardless to what's going on in WoW at the time. I'm really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, that we can have a blast through GTA 6 for a month or so before player housing turns up. I really, really, really don't want those two things to clash. But preferably, I also don't really want GTA 6 to clash with Legion Remix. But I think we are going to get an alpha in December for midnight, with the potential of a summer 2026 launch of midnight. Because that would, believe it or not, be a 2-year cycle. Seems like time flies nowadays. If we get an alpha of midnight in December, let's say we get GTA 6 in September. Let's say we then get Legion Remix in like January or February. Remix was like bait. Mop Remix was kind of like the same time as we had the beta, wasn't it? And then it ran up to like nearly exactly the launch of the expansion. It was like the very last thing we did in Dragonflight was Mop Remix. So that might not be till like Legion Remix might not be until almost this time next year. February 2026 release for Midnight. I would happily see them release it earlier. More than happily see them release it earlier. I, for a while, have been on the belief that they want to push at least to 18-month expansions, never mind 2-year expansions, but we'll see. Yeah, the 18-month expansion cycle seems to be their like next sort of step that they're trying to work towards. This whole 8-week content cycle thing pushes more towards that 18-month expansion cycle, which would mean that technically Midnight would then be launching in February. But I wonder if player housing is going to be such a heavy focus that whether getting player housing right might push that 18 months back to another 2-year cycle for the War Within, maybe. I'm not even sure. It's hard to guesstimate, really. No VV here, with a distinct lack of groups up at the moment. This is also really interesting. It's Thursday, and I'm finding it difficult to find. I know what time of day it is, so don't shoot the messenger too much on this. But in the last couple of weeks, even on a Thursday, I've had 5 lists, 5 groups easy in this list, even at this time of the day. So the tone down is real. Oh, come on. Grimy Dead on 2 servers. Grimy Dead on 2. Take a dumpster. Nitro, though. Nope. Grimy Rats and VV then. 3 that kinda need camping for. Because they're in odd spots. Especially VV, who has like 0 health. Wait, is that not where the dumpster was? Hold up. I mean, I would happily see a Midnight release in like February. That would be awesome news. Especially since, for me, it's winter. It's winter. I'm happy to never leave the house in winter. The unfortunate reality is when the sun rolls round in this country, both I and also Mrs. Manthius have the desire to go out in it. My summer schedule is usually significantly more packed full of things. So a winter release does me fine. Happily take a winter release. There's no dumpster around here, is it? Let's go get grimy, boy. Kazakh. No chance it's up on Kazakh. Kazakhs are way too populated. Oh my god. Okay, famous last words. No chance it's up on Kazakh, he says. But this exact process that I'm doing now, I could and I really should just have 2 dudes in my car while I'm doing this entire process. 2 dudes on 2 separate accounts in the car. Like, it's almost stupid for me to not be doing that right now. 2 level 70s or whatever in the car at the same time. Drive around, park at a rare. The only thing that I then can't do particularly is realm hop to find those rares faster. A 5-box setup, I then don't have any reliance on realm hopping because I just put the characters on different realms to begin with. Okay, rats are dead over here. But when we get to the point to where not that many people are playing on the servers anyway, the chances of the rares just lurking is pretty strong. Because yeah, if there's not the reality is if there's not that many groups for the world boss every week popping up, then there's not, you know, it's not that really many realms to hop to anyway. When the light comes after I wake up and goes down before I even think about sleeping, there's no way I'd go out just for the fun of it. Yeah, exactly. Winter is about staying indoor, or at least until the snow turns up at least, which we had none of this year. Or at least not down south in Finland anyway. Warm blankets, games, TV, books, outside world does not exist. Yep, agreed. Agreed. This is why I'm filling my studio with entertainment for that exact purpose. Rats were dead on Kazakh, weren't they? They were dead. They've now despawned at least. Oh, they're up on this realm. They must have just spawned. We take it. Wait, what? Oh. I got removed from the group. Removed from an auto-invite group. Jesus. It's very rare people get snarky about you hopping in and out of their auto-accept world boss groups. Right, just VV to go. A known effect. Yeah, clearly. I've acquired myself a reputation. Ha! Look at the queue of people here for VV. This is the only way you kill this rare. You queue. Shadow Song, you're a new realm. Let me in. Garbage was up here recently, apparently. Gilneas? Go on, come back. Dagger Spine? That's a realm you never see. Oh, what? What? Who's done this then? What absolute monster? Killed Vivi but left slime. Absolute monster. I don't know if that has any effect on the spawn rate of Vivi again, but because they're somewhat linked, we'll do the duty of killing it just in case. It respawns anyway. I've seen it how. Oh, okay. Blackmore. I don't think we've been there for a while. Nope. Nope. Was it Dagger Spine where we just killed slime? I think it was. Yeah. Still the chance to loot it. Whoops. Grimbatal is one where you can go and everything is up all the time. Yeah, you need that back alley server that's got like a population of 1. Yeah, because of the population of 1, there still has to be a shard up for it. Because Blizzard doesn't do a great job of auto-merging these. Is there a quick way to copy TSM profiles between WoW accounts? Oh, never mind, I found it. Oh, okay. I didn't actually have an answer for you either way. Depends on the shard, not the server. You may be in a different shard if you have 2 accounts logged in at the same time at the same spot. Yeah, this is shards are slightly separate from servers, but the big servers, that have lots and lots of people, often get their own dedicated shard, and so you only see other people on your server, but that's because you're on a big server. For example, a lot of the smaller ones get smushed into just one shard. But there are occasions where random Joe just gets left on their own individual shard for some reason. It's kind of weird. Like, my main characters are on Draenor, which means nearly everybody floating around is also a Draenor character. Played on the huge servers before, hated it. Started on Grim Baton, came back real fast. Now I'm here to stay with the Portuguese and the Spanish people. I've long had the opinion that there's almost no reason to not be on one of the big servers these days, honestly. I mean, it's slightly different. The Finnish nature of wanting a little bit of peace and quiet might have something to do with your decision. I'm not throwing stereotypes out there, but you know what I mean. But from a gameplay perspective, somebody left slime up again. From a gameplay perspective, playing on a server that just has more people 99 times out of 100 is an advantage. Whether you're looking to group up to do something or whether you're looking to sell something to somebody, let's look at this from a goblin perspective here. You know, can't sell shit if you've got no customers, is my my theory at least. I'm not having any luck with this, am I? Vivi's dead on this realm. I'm at the point where I might just not bother hopping. Might just camp it out. Proudmoore. We haven't seen that one today. That's an Alliance realm, I think. Surrounded by trash cans. Random ass Russian realm that I can clearly not pronounce. Phase does, but no luck. What? Why is there marks on my map for like random stuff? Don't know. Oh, Command. That's a new name. Dumpster. Oh wait, it's not there. Where is it? It's this one. I got a creamy churro cat food ad. You got ads on YouTube? That's interesting. Very few ads play on the live stream on YouTube. If my AdSense dashboard has anything to say, I think I make about 2 cents per stream on YouTube. Leads me to believe that there's basically no ads on YouTube streams. Clearly you're proving me wrong though. Maybe you are generating the 2 cents for me. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Do you know anything about the new event coming in 2 weeks with the leveling? Google knows nothing about it. I saw a tweet from Mr. GM saying that it wasn't even for testing on the PTR, so even what he knows about it is all based on data mining, so probably Google is also going to know nothing. From what I vaguely remember from his tweet, it was something along the lines of it's about a month long, maybe a 4-week long event, give or take 10 to 20% maybe XP boost. The main focus seems to actually be on the reps, your Dragonflight, and also Dragonflight reps are boosted by 200%. The War Within reps are boosted by 100%. And apparently there's some bonus little loot for like catch up as well. But full details, unfortunately, no, I don't know a huge amount. Oh, there's an infographic for it, is there? Hang on, let's have a little look at that then. Shush, 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 shush. Nightfall, cooldown manager, the Winds of Mysterious Fortune. Get your alts battle ready in no time with the new leveling event. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. So 4-week event from patch launch for the first 4 weeks. Oh. Oh. Heroic Visions don't even come with the patch. Oh, that's something that people aren't going to be ready for. Some people are thinking that 11.1.5 is going to launch and then Heroic Visions, boom. Oh. Oh. And then June 3rd until June 15th for the Dastardly Duos. Whatever that means. Oh. So actually, there's the new scenario, the Nightfall scenario, and the cooldown manager coming, and the leveling thing. So 11.1.5 is actually more about this leveling event for the first 4 weeks. Oh, so we're flipping ages away from the Heroic Visions thing kicking in. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay. I was on the assumption that it was all going to drop on 11.15 on April 22nd, but that clearly isn't even the case. They're spreading it out within the 11.15 content patch as well. Oh, Lord. According to testing, corruption will be less than 1% damage boost. Yeah, I've heard similar, that it's mostly cosmetic. July 16th, 11.17, without turbulent time walking, because they will time gate it by a month later. August will then be turbulent time walking 2. September 11.2. The time fits perfectly. It's pretty safe bet. You can set your clock by Blizzard's release schedule now. Every 8 weeks they release a patch, and it seems to now be that even within that 8-week patch they are going to split something off, so that there is literally something every single month, every single 4 weeks. Okay, that I wasn't aware of. That makes me even less interested about the new patch, to be honest. The Nightfall scenario, cool, sure. That's just, you know, a day's adventure. Cooldown manager, I couldn't give a damn about. Add-ons do that and probably do that better anyway. And this is just a leveling boost thing that if you so happen to want more alts, you can have more alts. Okay, well in that case then, I'm really not bothered about the new patch until May 20th then, which is a lot longer than I expected. Well, we've got more time to tinker and do other things then, I guess. Anything going away with the arrival of Heroic Visions? I can't imagine they'd take anything out. I don't see why they would. One thing I will say is when these pop up, you'll probably find, you know, delves will like be dead. But I thought we had like 2 weeks until this was going to drop, but it's actually about 6 weeks now until we get Heroic Visions. So delves will be dead by then anyway. The Winds of Mysterious Fortune. Beginning April 22nd through till May 20th, players can take advantage of the Winds of Mysterious Fortune 20% experience buff to get up to speed with their new or alt characters through levels 10 through till 79. The buff will also provide 200% major faction renown in Dragonflight zones and 100% select major faction renown with the War Within zones. This is obviously... you know, this is obviously assuming you're not capped with them anyway. All the Dragonflight stuff, all the War Within stuff. Interestingly, not the Undermine. Undermine factions are excluded from benefiting from this buff. So, same scenario once again. It's the grind is still on for the current zone. So for your current stuff, there's no point waiting. Just keep doing it now. That will definitely frustrate some people, especially since the sub-cartels are very grindy unless you have a huge amount of alts and are willing to do a huge amount of Chett lists every week. During the period, while in Dragonflight and the War Within zones, players below level 80 will also have a chance to gain mysterious satchels whilst looting creatures, or as a bonus reward from quests. These satchels contain a variety of fun and useful items that can grant temporary stat boosts or visual alterations. These satchels can sometimes also include gear appropriate to your level and specialization, and 2 our 10% experience potions that stack with the 20% experience buff to a maximum of 30%. Okay, so they don't actually... they stack with, not stack. Experience potions are a war-bound item and can be consumed during the event or saved until after the event is over to be used on characters from 1 to 79. Any stat potion effects or elemental potion effects will not work in Mythic Plus, raids, or PvP content. Okay, so there's a new experience pot, 10% experience pot, that you can either use or throw in the bank for a later date. What do we got here? Defend the Arathi in the Nightfall scenario. Players will take up arms beside a new faction, Flames Radiance, to defend the Arathi against the Shurikai forces following the defeat of Queen Ansarek. This faction consists of a volunteer militia-led veterans, some dude, and some other dude. As you rise through the ranks, you will earn up to 10 levels of renown and unlock new rewards. Alongside the Flames Radiance, players will be split between task forces within the Nightfall public scenario to clear the battlefield and push back the Shurikai. You also will be able to strike back against the Shurikai forces throughout Hallowfall and Azj-Kahet to continue to earn renown and rewards, with additional quests and activities available between the scenarios. Players can expect a variety of rewards for taking part in the scenario and quests, including new armor sets, a tabard that will update visually as you progress through the ranks, weapons, new color variation for the Delver's dirigible, and more. As your rank increases, you can also expect to earn buffs, which will help you become stronger whilst in Hallowfall and Azj-Kahet. While running around at 660 item level, I still one-shot everything as it is. They're putting in effort to make it less and less interesting as a patch. Well, I mean, you know, this 8-week patch cadence thing, is of no surprise that they're then chunking it down even further and drip feeding it to you 1 month at a time as a surefire way of making sure that players never drop their sub. You know, the best way to keep your players active and contained in the game is to give them something new to do every month. Taking away the impact of like a big patch launch. It's a mid-tier patch though, isn't it? It's a bit of a fluff patch in the first place. We get the new cooldown manager. Players can enable a new cooldown manager within their UI by opening the game menu, selecting options, and opening the advanced options. Toggle on to view important cooldowns and buffs in a separate customizable heads-up display element for the selected specialization. Is that got something to do with the fact that our buff and debuff bar have been so bloated with bonus buttons for the longest of time that Blizzard is like, right, we've got to pull the important stuff out because 90% of the time it's just guff. Hence why add-ons have done this forever and a day anyway. Cooldown abilities will show up automatically in the center of our screen, include a visual cooldown of when your ability is available to use it again. To customize the cooldown manager, open the game menu, blah, 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 edit. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Then, week of May 20th, so 4 weeks after the patch launches, we get the Heroic Visions. Return to N'Zoth's corrupted version of Stormwind and Orgrimmar to complete objectives and take on the challenges within. As you make your way through these encounters, you'll need to maintain your sanity or ultimately fail. I wonder, are they going to give us both Stormwind and Orgrimmar at the same time? Because I remember back in BFA, it alternated. You'd do Stormwind 1 week, you'd do Orgrimmar the other. I wonder if because it's a shorter revisit event, they will give you the option to do both all the time. It also meant that the vendor, I'm trying to remember now, it seems like it was years ago, but I seem to also remember you were kind of waiting for the right vendor at some point, something along those lines. Can't quite remember. certain things would show up on certain vendors certain weeks, and you were like, oh, it's Twilight Devastation rank 3 week, or so. I can't remember. I was too busy trying to flip the BOEs. You'll be able to go it alone or create a party of alloys to join you. Players who want to experience heroic visions alone or need an additional helping hand in their party will also be able to invite a construct of Zirodormi companion to join them. This follower will be able to tank, DPS, or heal and will not be affected by sanity. Okay, taking from delves, I guess. For players looking for a bigger challenge, you'll be able to activate higher difficulties of play for additional gear up to heroic difficulty items. Heroic vision masks are also returning, including the Mask of Pain, the Mask of Dark Imagination, the Mask of Long Night, Mask of Burnt Bridge, and the Mask of Daredevil. These additional new masks, Mask of Vengeance, Mask of Multitude, and the Mask of Nemesis, will also be available to discover and conquer. A new currency to collect becomes available to spend at the vendors for new and previous rewards, the Displaced Corrupted Mementos. Players will be able to earn new and returning rewards in heroic visions such as mounts, toys, transmogs, weapon enhancements, and more. Whether you're playing a new max level alt character or experiencing it for the first time, you can experience this content shortly after the launch of the 11.15 update. Well, not really shortly after the launch, an entire calendar month after the launch. If it launches on April 22nd, you can't do it until May 20th. That's not what I consider shortly after. Shortly after in the grand scheme of the whole expansion, but it's still an entire calendar month. Vendor was not tied to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, but the vendor did rotate their wares. Oh, okay, I knew there was something about that. The vendor had a 6-week rotation or something, Robert. Yeah, I remember it was kind of like, oh, this is the thing this week. And then they would change it. What's this Dastardly Duos then? This isn't until June. I expect to be in shorts long before this launches then. Later in the patch cycle, players will be able to experience a new 6-week event Oh, hello, VV, please hold. That's the reason I'm standing here. Never lucky. Okay. Later in the patch, players will be able to experience a new 6-week event providing a variety of cosmetic toys and even some dungeon items based on the bosses you encounter. 6-week long event, not happening until June the 3rd. So that's going to very much cross into an 11.17 patch. And might even take us nearly all the way up to the 11.2 patch. Based on the bosses you encounter, Vinny Sweets, showrunner and announcer, is promoting Dastardly Duos where players can step up to take on animatronic versions of past bosses, gain power-ups and strive for higher scores for bragging rights. You and your party will fight 2 or more bosses at a time to rack up your highest score. There'll be 3 hubs for Dastardly Duos that players can visit, one over in Stormwind, one in Orgrimmar, and one in Dornegal. While Vinny Sweets is running the show, you'll need to speak to Zygi Maru to queue for the fight in the Dastardly Dome. A visit with Woden, the Troll Servant vendor, will also get you access over the weeks to some additional power-ups or items that can help you with the fights. In week 1, there'll be 4 bosses available to fight, and each week thereafter, additional bosses will be added up to a total of 10 bosses to face. Earning specific achievements will also provide additional game effects from them within the Dastardly Duo. Earn points for kills, damage done, and much more. Rack up a high score with your party for bragging rights and see how far you can go. This is clearly building upon the Delve boss, right? That we've had now 2 patches in a row, giving people a, you know, it feels, Dastardly Duos also feels very Brawlers Guild-esque. Feels like Brawlers Guild 2.0, which is interesting. People have wanted Brawlers Guild to return for years at this point. Looking forward to bragging rights being added to the currency tavern reset every season with Valor. Yeah, clearly. Okay, this sounds quite interesting. This sounds very Brawlers Guild-esque. Look forward to sharing more adventures with you. We'll see you in Azeroth. Okay. Cool. Interesting. There's a strong sense of Blizzard once again kind of trying to take control of what people do and when they do it. You know, like, okay, we're going to release content every 8 weeks, which is cool. Keep people busy, but instead of letting you then go out and choose what you do because of the fear that people might do it all too soon, they're going to be like, right, okay, for the next 4 weeks you do this, and maybe you level some alts in between, because this is clearly not going to be something that's going to keep you busy all that much. And then 4 weeks later, they're like, right, now you go off and do your heroic visions. And then 2 weeks after that, they're like, right, now you can go do Brawlers Guild 2.0. Very structured. You should go do this at this point. Obviously, the entire time, we're just going to farm Mechanicas. We're just going to kill res and farm Mechanicas the entire time. But, because I'm going to be honest, this is probably an hour's worth of gameplay a week. This probably isn't going to keep... There's not going to be much to this particularly. And you can bet your ass it's going to be time-gated like a machine. The leveling event, I've already got a boatload of level 80s. Sure, I could probably do with more, but I'm not overly enthused about leveling up alts just for the sake of it. Heroic Visions was actually the aspect of this patch I was looking forward to. But now knowing that it's being delayed by 4 weeks from the launch of this, I'm less bothered. And then Dastardly Duo sounds quite interesting, but I've not seen it firsthand. But it sounds very Brawlers Guildish, which is cool. So I guess we'll find out. What Wowhead clearly has info on this, right? Surely. New mailbox toy from Flames Radiance Renown, the Radiant Lynx Whistle. Don't have the Gilded Brutosaur or just looking for another way to receive your mail when you can't mount? Obtain the Radiant Lynx Whistle toy from the new Flames Radiance faction in patch 11.15. That's cool. What else is on that Renown path then? Flame Radiance Renown Guide. I just want to see the Renown track. Whistle for a courier lynx to appear. The lynx will deliver and retrieve your mail for 10 minutes or until it is called elsewhere. Renown 6, you can purchase it. 5,000 resonance crystals. I tell you what, the amount of resonance crystals that we need to collect everything this expansion is bonkers. Absolutely batshit crazy numbers. I think we're already up to like nearly 1 million resonance crystals to collect everything, which is wild. If that has a low cooldown, I will laugh in my $80. Well, yeah, I've got the Longboy, the pay-to-win Longboy, so I don't mind too much, but you can also go and get, you know, Katie. Oh, it's literally said Katie Stamp Whistle. 3-hour cooldown. 3-hour cooldown. This toy does come with a 3-hour cooldown, though the cooldown does not appear to be shared across similar toys as of yet. Yeah, there's a big as of yet there that could easily change. Knowing your resonance crystal situation, you better start grinding. Oh, I know. Yeah, the resonant crystal situation is bonkers. Where are they? Here. My all the things right now currently says I need 499,000 more of them to obtain all of the things. I, across all of my characters, have 122,000 so far. Obviously, what's not taken into account there is just everything I have bought with them already, which I somewhat think is actually quite a lot. That number goes up by a huge amount like from season 1 to season 2. It jumped massively because all of the season 1 delve stuff you can now buy with resonance crystals instead of undercoin. If you missed it in season 1, even undercoin, holy smoke, I didn't even realize this. Amount needed to obtain the remaining 53,000 undercoins. Jesus. This is why I'm so glad I don't care that much for MOG. I will cherry pick off the toys and the mounts, but then when it comes to the MOG, I'm like, well, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Now, obviously, if I take that consideration into mind with resonant crystals, I can probably shave a few 100,000 off that, but there's still plenty of cyan glowmite, crimson mudnose, vermilion imperial lynx, shackled shadow, smoldering cinderbee, shale mammoth. There's still loads of mounts at the very least I need, which are probably 10,000 a piece. Can we see what else is on this renowned path? The new renowned faction being released in 11.15. I don't really need to know too much about how to get the rep. I just want to see the path right now. 2,500 rep to earn 1 renown. Same as sort of normal. You can farm the Flame Radiance Renown by completing several tasks to earn reputation around Hallowfall and Ashgahet. Participate in the scenario every hour. Oh God, it's going to be one of those. Oh, Blizzard, didn't you learn? Nobody likes these. Nobody likes these. You must do this event every hour. It's going to be one of those. Okay, complete some daily quests by partaking in incursions with the Flames Radiance. A world event that happens every hour at the top of the hour. Scenario is similar to events in the past expansions, such as Time Rifts from Dragonflight. The Nightfall scenario happens in the fields just east of the Flames Radiance Reputation Hub. The first stage lasts 10 minutes, but it can be sped up. During these 10 minutes, you'll receive tasks from the Flames Radiance, such as killing enemies, freeing recruits from the webs, destroying ballista, etc. Having enough players to complete these missions can speed up the event significantly. So every hour the servers are going to get... yeah, basically. Yeah, every hour Hallowfall is going to crumble. There'll be an additional progress bar on top of your UI, the service award progress. The bar is increasing by killing the mobs, completing the objectives. This is where you get your reputation for the scenario. 33% progress is going to give you a uncommon coffer. 75 rep. Also contains some gold, some weathered crests, some resonant crystals, and some valor stones. 66% progress is going to give you 75 more rep with more of the above. And then if you fill the bar every hour, okay, big incentive to fill the bar, at least at current balancing. You only get 150 rep for the first 2, but if you fill the bar, you get a further 350. So what's that, 500 rep per completion, 500 rep an hour? So you got to do it five times to completion per renown level. How many how many tracks on the renown did it say there was? 10? So 500 an hour. 5 hours for one renown. 50 hours. Potentially, if you only do the event, you're potentially going to do this event a lot. Now, obviously, it did say there's other ways to get reputation, which we'll get to in a minute, but it's clearly a grind this scenario every hour until you are absolutely sick to death of it. Okay, sure. Optimize the fun out of it, sure. After either the 10 minutes have passed or the progress bar is completely filled, we're brought to the final stage of the nightfall. In this stage, we take 30 seconds to reconvene and then kill waves of enemies for a minute. And at the end, a champion will spawn. This is a boss level enemy, and destroying the champions will end the scenario. During this portion of the scenario, enemies killed will continue counting towards the service award progression bar, with a new Barack's granting an entire service award level. Okay, so assuming the boss gets killed, you're basically guaranteed the top one by the sounds of things. During this portion of the scenario, enemies killed will continue, blah, 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 blah. Good way of farming starter gear for alts. Every Anu Barak's kill will drop a warbound veteran piece of gear. 626 to 632. 5 weathered crests and 12 resonance crystals. So once an hour, you're going to get a warbound piece of kit via doing this as well. More or less done in a week, unless it's capped, and we all know it will be. Well, yeah, you're potentially doing the event 50 times. There's the chance you'll look at doing the event 50 times in order to go from renown 0 to renown max, I think. That's excluding any of the daily quests by the looks of things. In addition to the scenario, you can receive daily quests. Every day, you'll offer up to 3 quests involving incursions in the different areas. Dailies revolve around clearing the invaders. Diddler, diddler, diddler. Radiant incursion dailies revolve around striking against the heart of the Surukai forces. Am I about to get logged out here? No. I don't know why it was dinging in the background. Each incursion daily gives 300 rep. And a confiscated cultist bag, which contains some warbound veteran gear, as well as a chance of additional goods such as transmogs or even a mount, of course. So far, this bag looted the shadow-bound leash from one of these on the PTR. The item grants the void-scarred links, Sovereign Surukai emblem, random appearance. Okay, but 3 dailies is only 300 reputation, which is less than 1 single completion of the scenario. So, for all intensive purposes, you are doing the scenario 50 times. On the hour, every hour, 50 times, plus or minus however much you get from doing these dailies. And there's a strong chance that the dailies will be warbound, meaning that doing it on alts won't grant you any extra reputation. Just as the multi-box it quotes come in. I agree with you that yes, multi-boxing it's probably the way to do it, but it also means that they'll probably deliberately slow you down. Warbound gear, exactly what I need. I don't have enough of it. Yeah. Below is a list of all the renown rewards from the Flame Radiance separated by the renown level. You've been enlisted. Talk to some dude to get the tabard. In addition, you gain the Sacred Flames Ward while in Kazalgar. While in Kazalgar, dealing damage has a high chance of burning the enemy with Righteous Fire, dealing 2 radiant damage. In addition, you take 5% less damage. Okay. And you get the recruit title. What's the tabard look like? That's the basic screenshot of the tabard. Renown 2. The Arathi Entertainer's Flame. Stay in rhythm to keep the flame in the air. Toy. A new title. And some resonance crystals. Renown 3. You get Mr. Mans, a new companion. New pet. Kitty cat. Baby lynx. Baby black lynx. Bind on pickup. We can assume not cageable. Until proven otherwise, we'll assume it's not cageable. A new title and more resonance crystals. Renown 4. We get a banner, a toy. Some more resonance crystals and a pouch of carved undermine crests. Renown 5. You get the Radiant Steward's tabard. I'm guessing this is the upgraded version of it. Changes its appearance ever so slightly. From... Where'd he go? From here to here. Ever so subtle difference in the appearance. Renown 6 is the mailbox toy. And additionally, Swift Paw. Swift Paw is going to be your slightly armoured baby golden lynx. Renown 7, Radiant Traveller's Backpack. A little bit difficult to see that image, it's quite small. Renown 8, Radiant Dirigible Customizations, Pale Paint and Arathi decals, if you're actually using that mount on the regular. Renown 9, you get the actual Radiant Imperial Lynx mount. So that's the one everybody's going to be after. That's the one people are going to be hunting this down for. That's Renown 9. And you get the Sacred Templar's Tabard at Renown 10. The Sacred Flame Ward increases in potency. So the irony is that most people might get to Renown 9 and then be like, right, I'm done. Like, it depends if you want this. Sacred Templar's Tabard is a third iteration of the tabard, looking a little bit cooler. Do you get it or can you buy it for resonance crystals? That's a good point. That's a very good point. It doesn't have a cost attached to it here by the looks of things, but yeah, that's a very good point. You may speak to Lars to purchase the mount. I would expect that you need to buy it with resonance crystals. All the same. Okay, so yeah, a mount, couple of pets, couple of toys, usual sort of stuff. Usual stuff. It'll be one of those, won't it? You know, it's scenario time, blast it out. This first 3 minutes, this first 10 minutes will probably get smushed into like 2 minutes. And then the actual killing of the boss isn't going to take very long because it'll be a tank and spank, nuke it down. So it's going to be 5 minutes at the top of the hour, every hour, until you've done it 50 times. It will be interesting the first 2 or 3 times, and then after that, it will just be on the jobs list to get the renown rewards, really. you would have kind of hoped that after Dragonflight, where they did this multiple times, they'd have learned that people don't really like it. But unfortunately, engagement speaks differently. Some upgraded Warbound stuff for alts. Lars Bronze Melt is the Quartermaster. Oh, here we go. Look, yeah, you're buying everything for Resonance Crystals. Look. Oh, flipping everything is Resonance Crystals. And a lot of them. 8,000. Jesus. I don't know what the grand total of all of that is, but that's a spicy amount of Resonance Crystals to buy everything. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 33, 35, 40, nearly 50,000 Resonance Crystals to buy everything. Sheesh. Nearly 50k Resonance Crystals. Another 50k Resonance Crystals, by the way. So doing the event 50 times across a period of 50 hours clearly isn't enough of your engagement. You also best believe you've farmed up Resonance Crystals like a moron. Oh, he looks kind of blue and spectrally in this one. The Void Scarred Lynx has the chance to drop from the confiscated cultist bags. Some customizations to your Delver's dirigible. Flame Radiant's armor. The Flame Radiant tint of armor was obtained from using the Radiant Emblem of Service. From weekly rewards to purchase armor. You obtain 1 per week per character. This is just absolutely 100% copy paste from what was the event called in Dragonflight? The was it Time Rifts or something? I'm not gonna lie though, that cloth set is pretty badass. That's a pretty badass cloth set. Arathi Abbot. Leather looks a little bit interesting. I'm not so sold on the leather one. Mail. Not bad. Plate doesn't look too plate-like. I think the clothies win. I think it's a set that clearly suits the clothies a lot more. Pretty sure. Pretty sure the cloth one is a win there. The Arathi Nightfall armor is obtained from participating in the Flame Radiance content. You can obtain pieces from the confiscated cultist bag, from the daily incursion quests, and from the Surukai champion killed during the scenario. So there's a good chance you'll get a whole bunch of this in the 50 times you're going to need to do the scenario anyway. Looks very similar with a bit of a purple tint to it. I like the shoulder gloves combo on this. And the plate one just looks a bit weird. I genuinely think of all of these, my pick is Clothies have got the absolute best set there. After coming back for like 45 hours, you gain the ability to buy the mount for a currency that you need hundreds of thousands of. Yeah, of course. I'm fairly certain Blizzard's going to make something along the lines of Shadowlands where they increase the drop rate of the currency by a lot. I mean, they better do. The Dragon Isles supplies. The Dragon Isles supplies where you needed not quite as many of them, but you were kind of like always short of them throughout most of the expansion. By the end of the expansion, you could farm up like 8 to 10,000 of them an hour if you really just wanted more. I'm hoping they do something similar with resonant crystals. Give you a perma farm for them at some point. Make them drop off hyperspawn mobs somewhere. Let people farm for them if they want. I know that's not the perfect solution, but it's a solution. Drives me nuts that developers of any game do not want to acknowledge that players dislike certain times of activities, that they complain every time, and yet the devs keep releasing precisely the things that people do not want. Yeah, I mean, this is the feedback that gets thrown their way. That these events, they turn up. The way they work is they generally turn up broken to start with and hyper overtuned, and then everybody complains that they're shit, that they don't like them, and that they're broken, and then they backpedal 3 steps and increase the progress you make with them. But the concept of it all is still the fact that people don't really want this type of on the hour, every hour, must do a thing, must do it 50 times kind of content. This is my big thing about replayability. Just doing something 50 times because it's what you need to do to work through getting all the rewards is what drives people absolutely nuts. Some people will farm it out and just bang it out in 2 days. You know, they just won't sleep for 2 days and have it done. And those players are purely doing it to get all the rewards as fast as they possibly can. They're doing it so that they no longer have to do it, which is completely terrible. It should be a massive, great big red flag. When so many players are just absolutely hammering it as fast as they can, to just get it done, is madness. Spreadsheets say we love it, yeah. ATT says I need 405,000 resonance crystals to buy all of the stuff, and that's just the cloth mog? Oh no. Oh no. We developed the new events UI tab. Let's make sure people use it. Yeah, it was going to get hammered every hour. So we took a little bit of a look at the tabard, but you can see the evolution of the tabard throughout the renowned 3 different versions of it. But okay. It's another one of those events where, you know, it's an on the hour, every hour event. It's like Rifts again. It's like the Rifts again. It'll be something you bang out for a couple of days. It's just a loot. It's just a loot pinata, isn't it? A loot pinata event. It's one event with a splattering of rewards that they know people are going to want to chase after at a point in the expansion where they know that people are absolutely desperate for something new to do. But they also don't want people to physically be able to do it in a day. So you've got to do it 50 times. All right, cool. Well, now we know. How many pets are there? Was it 2, 3? 2, 3 pets? Mr. Man's that you get with resonance crystals. You buy it, but you have to unlock Renown 3, I think it is. Swift Paw, another one. Buy it with resonance crystals. Now, there is a possibility there is a possibility, even though that you buy these with resonance crystals, that they'll be cageable and that you can put them on the auction house. Goblin Brain says, because that's exactly what's happened with the revered pets in this patch right now. Once you hit revered, you can buy the pets for the same 6,500 resonance crystals, but you can cage them and put them on the auction house. There's an opportunity for the early bird that has more resonance crystals than they really care for to, you know, sell a few of these. I know plenty of people had reasonable success selling the renowned pets this patch. Goblin do goblin things. Outer Worlds 2 now available to wishlist on Battle.net shop. Are they adding more? Are they adding more to this? Oh yeah. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and the Outer Worlds 2 is now up here. And Doom, by the way. Told you. Told you, boys and girls. Told you. That $65 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard was clearly because Battle.net is one of the only internet-based stores that works. Steam works. Doom, $110. You mad? $80 for the standard edition. Holy. I'll play it on Game Pass, thanks. Sheesh. When does this come out? Does it show a release date anywhere? Game Pass members, blah, 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 blah. Oh, haha. Now you can even join Game Pass through Battle.net as well.
Whatever you finds, you keeps.
When does it come out? 2-day early access to a single player game for $30. The full price of an indie game to play it 2 days early. Divinity skin pack, campaign DLC, day one DLC that you have to pay for. That's got asterisks next to it, which always worries me. DLC availability to be provided at a later date. So it's not even day one DLC. Give me €30 now and you can have some DLC at some point in the future. Fuck off. 2-day early access to a single player game. The promise of DLC, a skin and a digital, a few GIFs and a few MP3s. For $30. Actual playtime depends on the purchase date and applicable time zone differences subject to possible outages. So they're covering their grounds that even if you pay for 2-day early access in a single player game, you still might not be able to play it. Flipping Lord have mercy. Well, I'll play it on Game Pass, thanks. The ridiculous thing is I can now look at this and I'm like, Battle.net balance for me is fundamentally free. Yeah, even buying this with Monopoly money, I'm like, no, you're right. No thanks. It's going to be a good game, but it's a predominantly, it's a single player game. Why the hell would I want to play it 2 days early for for a premium price. May 15th. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Month away. A little over a month away. System requirements for Doom. Because I will absolutely play this. But we'll probably play it 2 days later on Game Pass. NVIDIA or AMD hardware ray tracing compatible GPU. Oh god, it's another one. Have ray tracing or get wrecked. Ouch. Ouch. Recommended 3080 or better on the recommendeds. Holy, games are getting ridiculous now. 10 gig graphics card. So all these 8 gig graphics cards out there are getting shot in the foot. You can just about do it, but it better be a 2060 or higher, or you can't even play it. Sheesh. Games are getting spicy with their requirements again. It kind of flows every 5 to 10 years. You go a period of time where you can literally play any game on a potato and it's really cool. But then we get this wave of where everything gaming upgrades, and then you go through that wave of that you better have a monster of a PC or you're just not even allowed in. Ouch. That's some spicy requirements. And that's still to do it at 1440p with 60 FPS. A 3080 or better. Whew. Okay. So Doom is coming. Outer Worlds 2. I never played Outer Worlds 1. What's this? Coming 2025. Add it to a wish list. Oh, okay. It's not even a pre-order. What's Outer Worlds 2? That looks very Bethesda. Is this Bethesda? It must be. Obsidian Entertainment. Okay. Close enough. Eagerly awaited sequel to the award-winning first-person sci-fi RPG. New frontier, your commander, your way. Build your character with the abilities and choices that reflect your playstyle, and the colony reacts to your every move, crafting a narrative that's yours to own. Whether you're a disciple of diplomacy, an astute strategist, a crusader for chaos, or something different altogether. And yes, you can dumb. Okay. First one was okay, not great, but I was about to ask, did anybody play Outer Worlds, I guess, if they're releasing a second one. Zappy zappy.
These trash piles ain't gonna scavenge themselves.
Yeah. So, is this by this... Avowed was also Obsidian, wasn't it? Is this also Obsidian? Are they like... Yeah, Obsidian Entertainment. And then, of course, we've also seen Tony Hawk's hit Battle.net recently. Coming out July 11th. Gonna play the shit out of this. This I might get on the PlayStation, actually. I might not bother getting this on Game Pass. This is a PlayStation game. This isn't a keyboard and mouse situation. Might grab this on the PlayStation. What's the upsells on this then? 3-day early access. 3-day early access again. Fucking games in their early access. Jesus. And it's always the top thing. It's always the first thing that they're like, oh yeah, give us more money. Give us more money. You can play it 2 days earlier, 3 days earlier. Well, what if I'm busy that weekend? Digital Deluxe Edition content. Don't mean shit. Doom Slayer and Revenant Skaters. Okay. Additional soundtrack songs, which will all be copyright that I won't be able to play on stream anyway. And Creator Skater items. Problem is that it works and people will actually buy it. Oh, I know. I'm very aware of it. I'm very aware. Tony Hawk's is absolutely 100% a PlayStation game, though. That might be a good game to test out the new PlayStation. It's still sat in a box down there. I've not touched it yet. I like a good Tony Hawk's gamer. Can't lie. You get the Doom skins. We are the problem. People have no self-control. I know. The only vote you get is with your wallet. That's the point. Literally, the only vote you get is with your wallet. Oh, the Foundry was an awesome map. I loved that map. You just crushed many young gamer souls by saying your PlayStation is still in a box. Oh, I only bought it last week. Give me a break. You do know you can just plug your PlayStation controller into your PC, right? Yes, but it very rarely works flawlessly. Xbox controller seems to just work flawlessly. I don't know if Microsoft do this deliberately. I mean, I have a PlayStation controller sat on my desk for ages, but it's for some reason most games don't like supporting a PlayStation controller very well, and it annoys me greatly that even when it does work, it kind of only just works when it's cabled in, and that annoys me. It's like a fucking wireless controller. My PC's got Bluetooth. Why can't it just do it wirelessly? But no, clearly Xbox priority on that one. I'm not buying an Xbox controller just for the playing of the it's annoying. Yeah, Tony Hawk's is going to be a blast. This is going to be fun. All right, anyway, we've procrastinated so hard today. Absolutely. Oh, in fact, what's the I need to check actually. This might sway me one way or the other. What's the spec requirements on this thing? Oh, it doesn't even say. Wow, you can pre-order something and it doesn't even tell you what spec requirements are needed. Isn't that borderline illegal nowadays? I'm pretty sure that's borderline illegal to not have spec requirements on a PC game. Well, it's in 4K at least. Alright, fine. I guess we never know. Yeah, the corruption enchants are going to be like a 1% damage increase. They went from something we could get excited about to something that you don't even craft. And they're just basically cosmetic. Was it Twilight Devastation and Stars of some sort? Can't remember it. The amount of hours I spent on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 back in the days. Do you know what's crazy to think is that the first, I think 3 if not 4 Tony Hawk's games came out like in a 3-year period. Like one, then another, then another. Like I remember Tony Hawk's 2 and I played that for what felt like years. And then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 came out and it was like Christmas come early and I played that for what felt like years. But they were like literally 12 months. Boom, boom, boom. Now we have a WoW expansion that lasts 2 years and literally goes like that. It's crazy. I hate being old. I want to be young again. Fourth spark available for crafting this week. We got our spark on our main dude. We crafted our boots. Some nerfs to the raid. Some hot fixes from the other day that I didn't get a chance to look at. What were these hot fixes? Stuff in the raid. Oh, Season of Discovery stuff. Nothing overly interesting then. When I'm powerful enough, I'll sell 3-day early access to know what the spec requirements are for $9.99. Oh God, you laugh, but it's going that way, isn't it? It's clearly going that way. Right, I think this dude is, for all intensive purposes, done though. We might jump onto the Paladin now and have a little tinker. Little tinker with the Paladin. What time is it? Wait, where'd it go? I swear there was a dumpster here. Oh, well, it despawned. And maybe not. Ever played Heroes of Might and Magic? No. Never been anything that hit my radar, that.
Best deals in town.
Yeah, each of these transmog sets, for example, is like flipping 10,000 resonance crystals. Bonkers crazy money. Obviously never needed to buy these, luckily. But there's the argument that you might need to buy them just for the flipping appearance if you're so inclined.
Won't find better.
I'm back in the world of loads of random ass gear that should just probably be put in the bin. Okay, just log out and then the problem goes away. Just log out, the problem goes away, it's fine. When people want to be young again, they basically mean I want to add more years to my life. Not really asking to turn back the clock to an earlier point in their life. I think there's a sense of truth in that. You're 1 hour before the doggo alarm clock goes off. Well, I've got one doggo at my feet, and the other doggo's over on the rug. So yeah, we might have about an hour left. Ads are going to start in a minute anyway over on Team Twitch, so I'm going to take this opportunity before we get into anything new on this dude to take a quick bathroom break. Entertain yourselves for a couple, boys and girls. I'll be back in 2. Alrighty. I just realised for that entire time it wasn't showing the game in the background. Weirdly. It was only showing the background. Odd. I need to fix that. Entertain yourselves for a couple of boys and girls. What do you think we're doing here? Rude. Right. I don't know if this dude even had like a vault or anything. I don't think he does. We just got to do some profession stuff. Did I do any delves or anything on this dude last week? I had 2 days. There's no chance I did anything. Oh, generating loot for rep. Maybe I did do something. Oh, I did. I did enough to get a ring. That upgrades our lucky streak signet, clearly. Well, either or, really, but... or alternatively... it gives us a set piece. Do I take the 2 set on the veteran track? That's real stinky, isn't it? But 2 set is probably better than just replacing a ring. That's really annoying. Well, 2 set wins, right? Surely. Increasing the damage of your Templar's Verdict and Divine Storm by 2%, stacking up to 10 times. It's a higher track and you can always catalyst the set piece. That's true. What's my helm right now? Yeah, there is a sense of logic to that. Right. Sim it? You gotta be mad. You gotta be mad. We don't do those things around here. Talk filthy to me. Right. Let's get some profession stuff done. This shouldn't take too long, so I don't imagine there's much to do other than a few of the basics. Oh, another public order, but for a recipe I don't have. The Everforged Longsword. We could get it though. Where's the Everforged Longsword? Hang on. Son of a... Son of a... Why did I say anything? Okay, well, you snooze, you lose. Too slow. Too slow. There was some definite yoinkage on the go there. That's probably what I'm going to do, though. Let's unlock the ability to... How many points do we need to go in this? Warglaive. Another 10 points in there. Gives us the Warglaive. Allows us to unlock that, which gives us the Stabber. Let's go the route of unlocking stuff. Am I going to have to put 30 points in this? Oh, full 30 points and hit this to learn the other path. That gets us this one. And am I going to say 20 points in here as well? To do the same. Learn the final sub-spec. Okay. Well, that gets us all of the... that has unlocked us, at the very least, all of the weapon recipes. Loads of first-time crafts, but at least are slightly more orders that can potentially be filled. That said, you know categorically that half of these are going to turn up and have requirements that I can't actually fulfill. Recipe unlearn. Didn't I just unlearn all of these? Are you going to put 15 points into long blades to get the charge? There's still ones we can... Is there still... Everforged dagger? Oh god, we've still got more points to put into all of these. Charged hex sword. Charged evoker. Oh, okay. Okay. I need loads of points on all of this then to unlock actually everything. Learn to use finishing reagents to add additional effects when crafted bladed weapons. Okay, well, I've somewhat accidentally made the decision we're going to do this tree before this tree then. One knowledge point. We'll do those. We need 3 for the weekly anyway. If I'd come across Mantheus on the street, I would pick up the first cat I see, throw it at him. What can I say? Pussy comes my way. Teed me up for that one, Jack. Disappointed in you. Do I try and spend my concentration somewhere? Probably should. Are we saying sanctified charged alloys? Probably. Do a quick recipe scan. Whilst we're here, we should probably try and do something constructive. Enable concentration. Go. I'd raid the doggy doo-doo bin. And then I'd run away and I'd leave you with a sack of somebody else's dog shit in your hand. Merry Christmas. Core alloys? Really? There's more money in core alloys via concentration than there is even charged or iron claw alloys? Why are flipping sanctifieds not even on the list? Because they're negative cash monies, even with concentration. How batshit crazy is that? Okay. That's funny. That's hysterical. Alright, well. Do we make some Q3 core alloys then? Use some Q2 in there. Apparently I've already got the bismuth lying around, so there's no skin off my back there. Concentration, 5 gold, 15 apiece. Happy. It's barely even worth putting an ignition on for this. But I guess why not? Knowing full well that I'm about to go and do enchanting as well, the Bountiful Seasons is probably not the suggested one to pop. I don't have... Oh, that's interesting. I don't have the Ingenuity one to hand. I'm going to need that in a minute, but, well, I guess I don't... Well, screw it. How much are these things nowadays? 300 gold? I'm not going to claw back 300 gold, am I? Via resourcefulness, not on alloys. It doesn't happen. Clawing back Q2 mats as well. It's not that interesting either. Let's do a just quick checkity boo. Oh, you do want me to use a framework. That's interesting. Do you get 100% refund on blacksmithing? You do. Oh, I've also got... Was it asking me to use a forged? It was. Forged framework to push it up to 22%. Sure. Press the button a few times. Go, go, gadget, go. Concentration saved. Concentration saved. Okay, maybe it was worth. Bit of multi-craft, don't mind if I do. We should have a multi-craft weapon on, right? Yeah, we do. These actually would benefit from a multi-craft ingenuity tool. The resourcefulness procs on echoing flux really don't excite. Yet more procs on concentration being saved would be more useful. But that's tomorrow's issue. And we're spent. How many did we get? 12? Okay, that was blacksmithing. Let's go do enchanting.
We are the Titan's bedrock and foundation.
Oh, 1 crystal. Oh, that's a cheap week.
Resuming work cycle.
That's a cheap week. I did all my enchanting catch-up last week. I could go get some Dark Moon cards to disenchant, I suppose. What I am going to need is Vial of Ingenuities. Because apparently I don't have any. Oh my god! I'd clearly not opened my bags for a while. Okay, I'll fix that in a minute. Vial of Ingenuity. 106 or 135. If you're doing it, do it properly. Why don't I have any of these? Don't know. Right, we start with a shatter. We go authority of the depths. We go one of you. We go one of you. We go one of you. Presumably to begin with. If memory serves me right. Some of you. Some of you. Full ingenuity tool. That should be optimized. Yes. What am I missing that I clearly shouldn't be missing? I don't know. That is it, isn't it? 15 gold still? We take 15 gold. Oh, I don't actually have that much concentration. I must have already done this at some point. Oh well, if we get a couple out of it, it's a win. Oh, literally 2. Okay, well that was easy enough.
The winds guide you. Walk with the Earth Mother.
Loads of free goodies. And 20 odd K from a bunch of Authority of the Depths enchants. Don't mind if I do. Let's go get books. Scribbly books. And a handful of Dark Moon cards, maybe, to disenchant some stuff. Unless I've got a bunch of 610s I can disenchant first. Let's take blacksmithing. Which one's enchanting? That one? Let's take any 610s out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That might be enough, you know.
My thanks for your patronage.
That might be enough. At least all these 610s are coming to use in some way, shape or form. Although that said, actually vendoring these is probably worth more than disenchanting them, but... Oh, there we go. So we did get all our weekly ones. Nice. Well, I'm just going to get rid of the rest of them anyway. What's a Q2 shard going for these days? 60 odd gold. Q3 one 108. Bingo. Alright, let's put everything in the bank.
To serve you.
Oh, that also took my Q3 alloys. I meant to be selling the Q3 stuff. Whoa! Excuse me. That is a lot of Q3 shadow inks I've got lying about that I didn't realise I had lying about. Oh my god. I've got a whole bunch of Q3 everything. I need to probably consider selling some of this. Charged alloys, sanctified alloy. Oh my, I didn't realise I had so much Q3 stuff lying about in my bags.
My directive has
I need to be a better goblin. Okay. 13 points. Get you done. Bosh. 8 points short of maxing enchanting then. If I'd have been slightly more proactive with my book, I'm sure the reason I haven't maxed this is that there's 8 books or 8 treasures or something I've not bothered to pick up at some point. In fact, there absolutely definitely is. So enchanting is pretty much done. Blacksmithing, we have decided accidentally that we are going to work through this and unlock all of the recipes by the looks of things. But it appears to be 15 points in each one of these trees just to unlock the recipes. So 15, 30... Ah, shitloads of points. Loads of money. Okay. And that's before I even look at this tree. Blacksmithing is going to take forever. Oh, Jesus. 255 points behind in blacksmithing. Oh, dear. Yeah, we got to get into the... I say this every day. Got to get into the routine of everyday patron orders, everyday patron orders, everyday patron orders. Right, let's get his chat list done. Chat list on the go. I maxed out blacksmithing with 2 characters, 1 full armor, the other full weapons. Smart move, to be honest. 800 total points are needed in blacksmithing. And on top of that, as we are mostly all very well aware of, the patron orders are a bit gross with blacksmithing half the time.
Can you believe what this thing is coming to?
Doing it on 2 characters is probably very clever and going different routes. I mean, I kind of technically have done that, but my other blacksmith is even more behind than this one, so... Right, dumpsters, cartels, cans, and rares. Don't really need to do anything too fancy on this dude, other than go kill some rares then. Kill some rares. Yeah, travel around, kill some rares. Find a dumpster to press a bunch of times. Let's go see if rats are up. Rats are not up, but there is a dumpster next door to it. And before the weekend, actually, I need to burn through all my market research. What are you going for with the Chett rep? Well, I'm at the moment, as of right now, I'm working through Venture Co. But I'm basically just picking one cartel at a time and pushing them as far as I can. Oh, this trinket's a flipping unused placeable one. I don't like those. They're stinky. Fashion. What's this? Oh, it's because it's on the hero track. Fashion nearby garbage into a sphere and launch it into the sky. After 3 seconds of gathering momentum, the sphere crashes into the targeted location, dealing a shitload of damage. Oh god, I don't like that one. I'm gonna have to swap that out for something else. Not a fan.
There's loads of scrap ripe for the picking in the heap. Go in there and grab some, will ya? You're pretty world-wise, ain't ya? I got a mook inspector that could use the help of someone with brains. Go talk to him?
Can we go do Chief? Can we get to Chief in time?
We got another fire up here. I need all hands to put it out before it burns my inventory away.
Question is, can I solo this dude yet? He slaps pretty hard, but at the end of the day, I am a paladin. How do we spend the Chett card? Well, these Chett cards, you have to have completed your first Chett list, and then you exchange 40 Chett cards for a new Chett list back at Chett in the hotel. Let's just see if we can solo this. The answer is probably no, but... yeah, this isn't looking too hopeful, is it? Blood Death Knight has more stable HP. Yeah, this is why I need that shield, so I can just go prot occasionally and just not die ever. That would start making a lot more sense. Did I put that shield in the bank? I think I probably did. We'll ignore this dude for now. He is a weakly that's worth killing, but at the end of the day, he's a pain in the ass. Oh, hang on. Whoa, 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 hang on. I've got to fix some stuff. All my gear's broken.
I have many, many wares. May your feet find good trails.
We'll find some more rares to kill. There'll be plenty of them about. Vivi? That'll do.
And absolutely no airflow. Perfect day for a race.
Was it 3 rares asked me to do, which I've already done? Dumpsters and turbo cans, they're easy.
Got a work order for scum cleanup if you want the gig. Just be warned, the scum will fight back.
Bit of rats action. Rat, Sal, and Tally up? My god. Spoiled for choice. Whichever one I go to will be the one that's already dead. You watch. Let's go Sal, because it's further out. Not even aggroed. Are we just gonna get the ability to stroll around here?
Could use a few hands to sort it out. You in?
2 million white damage. Oh yeah, but Rhett does some ridiculous things. It's good fun. Real good fun. There's no way Tally's still up. No way Tally's still up. Doesn't even look... Oh, yeah, okay, dead. I need a basic garbage. Oh, thwack's up. Ah, I can't move for rares. Love this. Loveret currently feels OP, ridiculous damage, survivability, utility, and easy to play. Rhett's always kind of had that similar... now, in before the Rhett fanboys shoot me down for this, but Rhett's always been pretty straightforward and easy to play, and is always done reasonably well. Probably why it's one of the classes I've actually bothered to play over the years. Yeah, the burst is pretty ridiculous when you do it. Candice, we are literally bouncing from one rare to another. This is wonderful. If only I could do this on all of my characters. Now, I'm technically meant to be finishing the Chett list, but you don't turn down a rare kill. Slugger. Okay. Which one's Slugger? Oh, yeah, that's the annoying one, isn't it? That's the reason I don't remember it, because it's a weekly. You only have to kill once. We got this. We got this. Is that the thing he does that I don't like? Probably. That I can't seem to interrupt because I ran out of buttons to press. And he heals himself. Yeah, that's critical to interrupt, isn't it? Okay. Maybe me not got this. Ah, damn. Just as somebody else turns up to sweep up. How do we even get back to where we were? Down he goes. Make this macro. Replace it with the final reckoning. Oh, hang on, let me just try and copy this. Flipping hell. There's a bracket missing from somewhere. I don't remember how these work. Hang on, that's not right anyway. There's a final in there that shouldn't be there. I'm pretty sure of it. You saying it's meant to be there? Yeah, now it doesn't work. Isn't it just meant to be at player? Because then it will drop it on my own feet. I don't think you need the at known bit. No. I hate macros. Flipping hell. Is that the modifier? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, there's another rare. I need one flipping treasure. I need one flipping treasure that I can just press 25 times. Here. Hang on. These have a... I need a trash can. Trash can is the best for this. Give me a trash can, game. For once, stop giving me dumpsters. Give me a trash can. Is that one? That one? Where is it? Oh, it's another flipping dumpster. Can't Stanley write the macro for me? I mean, Stanley probably could. Although Stanley's on vacation at the moment because he breaks my computer. And I haven't fixed him. Now I just want a single shiny trash can. I can't find one. Typical. Let's head towards where the quartermaster should be. Oh, another dumpster. Never lucky. I'm only finding dumpsters. I need one trash can so I can press it 25. Oh, apparently I've found 25 dumpsters accidentally. Well, that's a win. I haven't picked up 50 turbo cans though yet, apparently. There we go. Beautiful. Right, let's go turn that in. Why have you got a question on your head?
Come back for more.
Revered with Adventure Co.
I'll be waiting.
Huh.
Have I
Alright,
got
sure.
something for you? Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, right, this dude then. Some rares, if possible. Or we move to the next character. Since Chett lists are slightly higher on my list right now. It really annoys me. You can't see the factions on your alts. You have to go through here. We've hit revered at least. Yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a grind to get these all exalted, isn't it? how many market research do I have now? 1,338. It's 2,000 per box, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's 2,000 a box. 2,000 a box ain't happening anytime soon, is it? Without proactively farming it. I've got 10,000 flipping. Oh no, 4,000 empty cola cans. 16 vintage ones. We'll save those for when the pets are a little bit rarer. What's in the box? Mechanicas or a mount. Two equally important things. Galagio, Grimewick, Scrapbeak, Tally. So let's try and go see Grimewick real quick because we've not been over there today. I should probably go do, at the very least, Scrap Chewer and the Dark Fuge Precipient, shouldn't I? Simply because they're ones I can spawn. Let's go grab a Dark Fuge canister thing. From where have they gone in here? Needs to be a big whacking great big sign for that. Can never find it.
Keep it down.
Alright, give me one of those.
Keep it quiet.
Alrighty. Right. I'm still yet to get the mount on this dude. So I don't mind doing this on a bunch of characters until I at least get the mount. Good chance a few people will turn up to this anyway. 100 market research for the box, isn't it? Yes, it's 100 market research for the box that gives you 500 rep, but you need 10,000 rep to get a Paragon chest, which is the actual box I want. So it's 2,000 market research per Paragon chest is the more accurate description. Whoa. Right, the stream has about 3 minutes until the dog wakes up and tells me it's time to stop streaming. The doggo alarm clock will go off pretty soon, I sense it. I'm not going to wake her though. You can see her here. She's still snoozing, we're all good. 68%. $88. Somebody handed in a bunch of stuff. Oh, here he comes. Right. Time to be lucky. Lucky? Never lucky. 56th attempt on that, apparently. according to my little add-on. 56 attempts, never lucky.
What you got? Back to it.
Don't say the D word. She might be listening, yeah. I've always wondered about that, you know, if I was to, I'm not going to do it now, but the W word, the W dog word, considering I know that there's probably people that have me not on headphones but on speaker that also have dogs. I've wondered if I was to shout the word a few times, whether whether through the power of the internet. It's like saying any of the commands for Siri or for Google, you know. What am I still in combat with? Something here. Why is it now telling me Scrapchew is about to pop up? I know! I'm summoning him. These little rare finder add-ons seem to have, like... They just seem to... I guess they don't scan all the time. I guess that's probably... I mean, I guess if they were, then they'd probably nuke your frame rates or something. I do feel as if I'm the only one that's adding anything to these, though. There we go, 100%. Fuck him up. Okay, right, well at the very least then, that's the easy stuff for me to do on this toon. The other weekly rares will happen if they happen, along with the other main rares, to be fair. Let's do one sweep of the daily rares just to see if they're up, and then we might see where we go from there. Do we have a pink pigeon? No pink pigeon. Let's try Grimy Boy. As like I mentioned earlier, doing this the way that I've been doing it on my main single account, I'm kind of stupid for not just shuttling along 2 level 70s on another account at the same time as this. Just, you know, slam them in the car. Drag them along for the ride. Because then that would nigh on instantly triple the amount of Mechanica that I'd get. Which I already feel like I have to work hard for each one. Feels silly to not get garbage. Garbage, scrap beacon, tally. Where's garbage happening right now? Down in down in Pigeon Land. Oh, hang on, that wasn't where I thought it was. Oh, don't get an aggro, don't aggro, don't aggro, don't aggro. No, who put a lamppost there, really? Oh, also never gonna get a garbage if,
Ugh, not again.
Go on, shovel faster.
Time to
Oh, God. Didn't even hit 500. I'll take the market research, though. Maybe not getting garbage isn't as much of a thing as I thought about it, really, if people aren't doing the trash very much anymore. You have the screen real estate to do it now. Well, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts, that I can fit now 4 fully framed 1080p instances of WoW on one screen, or at least 3, and then have me in the corner without any of them having to be small. No tally. Right, we'll say this dude is done. We'll say this dude is done. Oh, okay. Well, as I say that, a rare spawns. Admittedly, a slightly annoying rare to kill. I need that prop. I need that shield, don't I? I need a shield and I need a one-hander. I've probably... Yeah, I could do with just switching into prot occasionally on this dude, where it's useful for killing rares. Although as soon as anybody else comes along, these rares just get absolutely hammered. Right, now we can put this tune to bed. Is that a Mechanica? Oh, stupid hand crank mounting system. Ah, why does it have to use the same icon? Oh, now there's garbage, look. And fly. Oh my god, when it rains it pours.
Time to head out. Get a move on.
Can we get up to Flyboy? Often people are farming rep up by Flyboy, which means sometimes you get the kill easy. Or sometimes it's like this, where there's nobody here. I'm keeping such a careful eye on my health bar. I hate killing these big rares. Okay. We're dead. Now we can now we can put this character to bed. What are you? Oh, you're a trash can. I don't care. Okay. Parked up. I do technically have enough Chett cards to do a bonus list, but until I've done at least all of the lists on all of my characters, it seems silly using the bonus cards. Although technically this week I do get a 10% boost on them, but it means I have to make a trip to the Darkmoon Fair before doing it, which I've actually not bothered to do, have I? That's really silly. This is the week to use the Chett cards up, thinking about it. I've not got enough to make a significant difference anyway. Okay, right. I might leave it there for today, boys and girls. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I know my four-legged furry friend has not done her beeping yet, but it's gonna be soon. Thank you all for joining. I will have a little tinker and have a little of a play around, see how comfortable. Need more hunters? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? We got plenty. We got plenty of hunters. Slacking. Plenty of hunters. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue on probably farming up some chat lists, I would imagine, to be honest with you. Now that we've had the realization that heroic visions aren't actually for like ages, 11.15 is kind of like, oh, it's an hourly, daily thing, which we will probably no life for a few days just to get it done. The heroic visions were the cool thing coming in the next patch. They're not coming until the middle of May. This gives me a prime opportunity to put WoW on the back burner and go play another game for a little while. We played Satisfactory before 11.1 launched. That was good fun. I'm tempted to pick up something else and have a little bit of a play with that for a while. Leave your suggestions over in the Discord if you wish. There is the new updates to Satisfactory. Yeah, I did actually watch that video yesterday, Jack. That looks like some cool stuff. The elevators look really fun. Something very simple, clearly stolen straight from Foundry. They look very good. When does the new Satisfactory 1.1 come out? Do we have a date on it yet? I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to line things up so that stuff doesn't clash too aggressively. I will investigate. I'll have a little look. But once again, thanks for joining. Come say hi in the Discord if you're not there already. Good luck with your goal making or your adventures, whatever you're doing. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace. She's awake. Told ya. See you later, boys and girls.